Hey guys, Elliot here for Worldwide TV. I've snagged John and Rod, the main men here at Worldwide, and we're going to take a walk around the facility here and see what's going on. Let's take a look, guys.
Sure.
Let's do it.
Let's head into bidder registration.
Yeah. Lots going on in here.
Yeah, so lots of guys have been registered already so far. There's going to be a ton obviously coming through here. Pretty simple deal. Blake's one of our client services reps. Blake.
What's up, Blake?
How's it going, guys?
For people that are interested in bidding, easy process?
Yes, sir. Very easy. Very easy.
Easy process.
We'd be happy to do it. It takes about a minute to a minute and a half of your time, and we'd be happy to get you guys set up.
Yeah, so and then that gets you right from what you have to do to what you want to do, which is get you a good car.
And I think it's important to know we have a great team, and this part of the process is important. You got to do it, but they're so good at making it simple for you so that you can go do what you want to do, which is buy some cars.
Perfect. Speaking of cars, let's go take a look at a few.
Oh, we're rolling through. Oh, look. Don't forget JJ Best. You can buy cars. You can finance cars. Joe's the man right here. Anybody, anytime, any options. We can handle it all.
All that right here. All right, so out here, we've got some of the Thursday collection, correct?
Right, so we have a ton of cars, obviously. We've got a 220,000 square foot facility. Yeah. We got a bunch of cars, so we have a whole bunch of cars outside here in tents too. Wow. So this is some of the tents, 1, 2, 3 tents, and we'll head back through this tent into the building and we can look at the rest of the Thursday cars.
Check them out.
Okay, so we saw a bunch of the Thursday cars, Friday, so we have different rooms, different settings to showcase everything. And for instance, you get over here, you got the killer Land Rover. These have really taken off. I love what they're doing in the market right now. Phenomenal. And then you got our 100-year-old bar. Just happens to be close by as well.
All right, now we're coming up to one of the featured collections of this weekend's auction. John, you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, we've got the Rockown Collection, which is a wonderful group of cars by a true collector enthusiast. So you see neat cars, interesting cars, and a wide gamut of great stuff. As you can see, everything from the Airflow Bentley all the way to the mighty Model J. And as we look around, you'll see about everything in between. It's pretty cool.
Wow, that is an incredible spread.
And, of course, very importantly, the entire collection is selling without reserve to the highest bidder, regardless of price. So it's not too late to register to bid. Wonderful opportunities, great cars, and something everybody should jump in on.
Yeah, fantastic collection. Let's take a look at a few more of them around the corner here.
And the mix and the array of stuff it's incredible, from Chryslers to Austins to Porsches to the 67 that you know well.
Yes, I'm bonded
from
with
the
that
Enthusiast Tour, right? Yeah. So for those folks that don't remember, you drove that on the Enthusiast Tour.
To this car, it is a fantastic vehicle.
Yeah,
it really is.
So,
and then the Ferrari over here is extremely special as well. Like something like 2,000 miles on it or something. It's insane.
3,200
miles.
Original miles.
Yeah, you're way off.
Yeah.
3,200 miles, platinum preservation. So you just don't see killer stuff like that everywhere. And fortunately, you know, the gentleman who owns the Rockown Collection has some pretty great taste. Had a good eyeball for this car years ago when he bought it, and it's indicative of all his cars. They all have a really neat look to them, something special, something historically significant or unique. It's a really good mix.
Now, the Rockown Collection isn't the only collection featured here this weekend. We've got another one here, right?
That's right. Well, of course, we got the Tom Sharp Woody Collection, which is spectacular, on Saturday, the Rockown Collection, and the Jones Family Collection. And it's a really good group of cars and a family that we've known for decades. They've been part of the Auburn culture, and they're still collecting, but you know, they're transitioning some of the cars, and a lot of fun, great enthusiast stuff.
Yeah, I remember the Jones family buying cars in the mid-90s when I first started coming to Auburn in 94, 95.
It's great. It's again, they're the reason, and folks like them, that Auburn is a special place.
All roads lead to Auburn. Like every time, it's so good to see so many people still involved and still doing what they love to do, cars in Auburn.
Well, it's good to see you guys carrying on the torch of the
Yeah.
longest running collector car auction in the world.
Yeah.
We're happy to do it. It's a lot of fun.
All right, now we've seen some of the Thursday and Friday cars. These are the Saturday evening cars, I believe,
Yeah.
correct, gentlemen? Now, I personally love that prototype Ford GT there. That is a special car.
Yeah, it's special in a lot of ways, right? But the best part about that car is you can drive it.
Yeah. I mean, that's very rare that you can actually register and drive a prototype anything. Most of the time, they're bill of sale only.
Yeah, well, most of the time they get crushed, but if you get one, yeah.
May or may not be possible that we may or may not have driven that car at excessive speeds. Of course, not on public roads.
Of course not. Well, what else we got going on here, gentlemen? There's a lot to choose from to highlight here.
Well, our typical process for us is we want to have lots of different makes and models, just the very best. So we've always prided ourselves in having probably the most diverse selection in the industry all the time. And I think if you do a quick look around, that's evident right here. I mean, we've got the Tom Sharp Woody collection, which is killer. So if you're into
Phenomenal cars.
early Fords and Woodies, you got a significant Packard Darren, one of the best fuel-injected Corvettes you'll ever get from 1958. And then if you want to get the pre-war racing, we're talking about Type 35A Bugatti Grand Prix cars. And since we're in Auburn, we're talking Auburn's Cords and Duesenbergs. You have
Yes.
this bad boy right here, which is one of my personal favorites, right? I mean, this epitomizes everything of the period, in my opinion.
J239 is as spectacular of a restored J as you're going to see. And of course, you can look at the artistic beauty, but it is a phenomenal car. Super thrilled that this car is kind of a feature representation of our expanded event. It's just a great car on all levels.
It's breathtaking in person, and I think you guys hit the nail on the head here. The diversity in just this section alone is ridiculous. I mean, we have the best of the 30s, the best of the 2010s, everything all in one roof, and all going up on Saturday. So let's keep looking. There's a lot more to see here behind us.
I love our salon, and we really have created this space to showcase the cars that are being offered. And these are special cars, and they have a lot of meaning, a lot of history. And so we're really pleased with the way that people can come and view these cars.
The presentation is unlike anything else, and the access, and you can actually get around them and really see them up close, which is a big difference between a lot of other salon collections out there. Now, speaking of special cars, there's one on the rotisserie display behind us that is very, very special. Now, a lot of people are familiar with 300 SL Gull Wings, but this one is even more special than your standard Gull Wing. Now,
Yeah, the only one this color,
I mean,
metal green. So obviously, a lot of people have seen these. They don't always know exactly what they are. Everybody knows that they're cool.
Right.
They're really cool. And for the people that do know them and understand them, have driven them, they are race cars clothed as street cars in the day. I mean, the road manners of these cars are phenomenal. I've been fortunate enough to drive several. My father-in-law's owned one that I spent quite a bit of time behind the wheel in, and they are phenomenal cars to drive. So it doesn't matter what angle, we have this on the turntable for a reason. It doesn't matter what angle you look at this car, it's killer.
it really is.
Yeah.
What a vehicle. Well, let's see here. I see another special one. All the special ones are on raised platforms here.
Well, you know, in Auburn's great storied history, there have been some really notable pop culture cars, and I think one of the most important is this one. Robert Redford drove this in the motion picture, The Great Gatsby. And the thing I love about Jay Gatsby, the movie, and this car, this is the first thing you see when the movie starts. This car is the representation of hope and the American dream.
Right.
And it's cool.
It is.
It's cool.
It really epitomizes the character and everything about the book and the movie. And this is the real screen-shown car. This isn't a replica or recreation. Everything about it is real, and it has real provenance.
Yes.
So that's awesome.
Yep.
Let's go move on to something else that has another bit of real provenance here. Depends on what you guys actually want to talk about.
Well, there's lots. I mean, you get French cars from Delahaye. Then you get back to one of my favorite cars from the classic era, as far as U.S. production is concerned, 32 Twin 6 Packard. I mean, there just are there's no good representations of these around. They built hardly any. There's fewer left today. And we're fortunate to have one of the really great ones here too to, add to our roster of killer pre-war stuff for guys.
Wonderful car. They only built 10. This is the 7th of the 10, and we only know of 4 that still exist. And the only one with the larger artillery wheels, which gives this car, that is a unique look, but I mean, it is a powerful, incredible presence kind of a car.
And speaking of cars with many cylinders, the Cadillac over here.
We don't get more than 16, right?
Do not get more than 16. And what a vehicle. Now, this is the only existing dual cowl car that ever was made, correct?
It's the only one we know of.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I mean, V16 Cadillacs alone are jaw-dropping vehicles, but this particular body is just spectacular.
The proportions, the rakish look, the powerful look, but yet the elegance, Cadillac.
It really does. It oozes class, and I just love this thing. And I've had the opportunity to hear it run. It just sounds like a top. It is awesome.
Well, it's everything it looks to be. I mean, they're just incredible. And furthermore, this car has a killer history. The provenance, ownership right through, documentation from the Cadillac build sheet. I mean, it is likely the most authentic V16 around.
And it's here, and that is awesome. What a vehicle. Continuing our tour here, we've got a little bit of the memorabilia that's going on over here, but behind us, or in front of us, I should say, is the main stage, and that's where all the action's going to happen.
Yeah, they're just tweaking everything now for the final setup. So yeah, you'll see everything there. All the cars will cross there. That's where all the magic is going to happen. Everybody's going to be seated in here, and refreshments.
See one or both of you guys up there as well, huh?
Absolutely,
Oh,
yeah.
that'll be fun.
3 days, you'll get tired of hearing and seeing us.
And a lot of folks normally show up at or during the auction and don't get to see what happens ahead of time. And there's so much work to put on a collector car auction to this level operationally, and it's kind of fun when you're on site to see all that.
Yeah. Most people are like, oh, wow, it's great. You guys, you set up, you make your money in a weekend and you tear down. And what they don't see is it's 60 people for 6 months,
Right.
making sure that all of this actually comes together. So yeah.
Absolutely. It is quite the operation, and this is the time to see it, that's for sure.
We're super fortunate to be able to hold the Auburn Auction in our corporate headquarters facility, and so we're able to create unique spaces. And we've got some cool bar spaces that are here all the time, but they're here for the auction. So if you'd like a drink, this is the place to be.
I mean, you might be able to find me over at the hangar at some point this weekend.
There you go.
Okay, so what do we got going on right here?
So one of the things that we try to get done for our customers in terms of, with the catalogs and educating them on the history and the background of the cars, well, what's important when you're buying great stuff? Documentation. Exactly. So for example, we put all the documents in cars. We just picked one here. There. So John so there's a 58 Fuelie Corvette, right?
Right. Yeah.
So this particular car, Bloomington Gold, NCRS, Duntov Awards. So when somebody says, oh great, can I see all those awards? So what we do is we'll go through all the documents, pages and pages of certification, documents, receipts, awards.
If there was any
right?
this
So
real deal, there is a binder.
right.
Stuff
So
that
it
says
gives
this right there.
it gives clients an even higher level. They know they're buying a great car, but when you see this, it's like, okay, I'm in. It's a stellar car. So we call this a document station. Anybody that's registered to bid can come and sit down, talk with Bob. Brady's here at times too, and go through all this. And these guys are great at answering any other questions that they might have, and you make an informed purchase.
And we encourage that. We want everyone to inspect the cars, look at the documents, come early, bring an inspector, schedule a test drive. We want everybody to have every opportunity to check all these cars out because they're great cars and that's the way you should do it. And it gives you more confidence, which means you can have more fun.
Yeah.
And that's how you know Worldwide stands by their products too. I mean, you wouldn't offer them if you couldn't back them up. Now, Rod, you mentioned these cars being presented in a lot of different venues. And here we have another gorgeous collection of cars. Tell us a little bit about what's going on in the ballroom here.
So Saturday afternoon, right, is one of the fun times. Saturday is a great day. And again, we got a really nice mix again of some really cool stuff. So you got everything from your 50s cars to your early 20s cars, Cobras, Woodies. Again, just a Ferrari over there, 575 Maranello. I mean,
And there's an Indy car over there as well.
there's an Indy car over there, which for some reason I don't fit in, but that's a whole other story for another Worldwide TV.
Another full room of the variety that you can expect here.
Yeah, and we're really fortunate. We have the only facility in the industry, indoors, 220,000 square feet, where we can showcase so many cars the right way in so many different areas.
Exactly.
So we're in a very good position, and we're thankful we can do that, because that's what's most important to our sellers. Our obligation to the sellers is to do our best to sell them, and so we try to put everything in a good light.
Yeah, I think that makes a great point because you can actually walk around these cars all the way, not just on its good side or its bad side. And that makes a huge difference to buyers. And the presentation is amazing.
You know, the diversity, you know, of course, climate controlled, so it's cool in here. It's hot outside. It's summer. Killer restrooms, lots of food stuff. I mean, it is really something we strove for, and that is to have everything that you would want in an auction facility so that you're able to do what we all want to do, which is buy and sell cars.
Have some fun.
All right, so we're back in the main showroom area for the Saturday night vehicles here. So these are kind of the main event all at once, right here.
Yeah. Again, great showcase, whether it's something really shiny, flashy, or something that's killer historical value like this Jag.
Yeah.
Briggs Cunningham, team car, Denise McCluggage won her first race ever in this car. So, you know, steeped in history. So historically, arguably one of the most important cars here, without a doubt. And you just surround yourself in
It's literally everywhere.
great colors and
Something-
shapes and sizes and flavors and
all the
right?
stories and all the significance. It's
Yeah.
just
It's great to just come in and stand here and just look.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
Yeah, so whether you're a buyer or seller, if you're just a looker, come and look.
Yeah.
Right? Like, come hang out with us, first, second, and third, and hang out. Come and see some great cars.
Come to Auburn.
Yep. And if for any reason you can't be here in person, you can always watch the live stream on Worldwide's website and on YouTube. And well, we're going to be live streaming the whole time. So we will see you guys either in person or online. Elliot, Alvis here for Worldwide TV, joined by John and Rod. We'll see you guys this weekend.